Before I start, I've got to say, I never really did like the title of this series, VidPov. So, with effect from next week, I'm going to start calling it Sunday Soundbites. Sounds a lot better, doesn't it? Flows off the tongue a little bit more. This session is going to be quite interesting. Trying to get to the bottom of what actually constitutes success and failure of a change initiative. You know, this kind of subject has really gotten under my skin over the last few years, and I've tried several approaches at trying to pull together what actually is the best way to measure success and failure. Okay, but I can't seem to get my head around the subject. Maybe I'm getting old, but what the hell. Anyway, I'm going to have a go in this short vid POV for the moment, soon to be the Sunday Soundbites. I must be getting a bit stupid, really, and I'm getting to be a bit of a glutton for punishment. Why do I say that? Because I seem to be choosing subjects that have no answers, no real answers, and have just swirled around in the change ecosystem without any definitive resolution. I suppose, yes, I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay. So, success and failure. The first thing I want to get out of the way, and you'll know about this, I'm sure you will, yeah, is that much used statistic of 70% of change initiatives fail from, dare I say it, McKinsey. Yeah, okay, them, okay. It's not true. It is not true. It's been debunked so many times. It's unbelievable. But you know what? People still bloody use it all the time to sell their consulting services. Yeah? Now, as if to say, if you use us, me, whatever, yeah, not me, I've never used it, yeah, you won't be one of the 70% failure. What a load of old bollocks. Yeah. Now, I've got to say, I've been blocked so many times by people who I've challenged about this 70% failure rate. And I'm going to post something next week about the latest person that's blocked me because I challenged their narrative. What the hell? It's true, 70%. No, it's not true. Sorry. It's not true. Yeah. I've got a bit of a disparity that I want to sort of cover. Okay. There are many articles written by goodness knows who that say the only way to have a successful project is to include change management. So change management kind of helps you with success. Yet there are, on the other hand, from these same consultancies, but I guess that's why they're sort of saying 70% and use our services, they're sort of saying based on a survey of, or based on research, it shows that between 60 and 80% of change initiatives fail. So kind of like, well, at one hand they're saying, well, you're going to be successful, and the other hand they're saying, well, they fail. But I kind of understand that because, again, it's like selling your services, isn't it? So why is there that disparity? For me, I haven't got a bloody clue. But anyway, my current favoured way or view of how to measure success and failure is using a balanced business scorecard approach, which could include some of these measures, but there are uncertainties within each. So let me go through a few. Your project was delivered to time, cost, quality, and scope. Typical project management measure. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned this is one of my other VidPovs. I think this, and just before I start, this video is going to take a little while. It's easy to measure if you have a robust project plan. What about your project's business readiness target score was achieved? Unfortunately, not a lot of organizations measure this, so it'll be a challenge to include this measure. Then comes your project's adoption and usage target was achieved. Can this be regarded as part of an overall success? I kind of feel it can. Your project's overall training evaluation score was achieved. Can this be regarded as part of the overall success of a project? Kind of, if it's part of other metrics as well. And finally, again, this is with the subject of the first VidPov, your benefits in your business case were fully achieved. You need to be quite careful with that because basically to ensure that no project scope change is included in that project scope, in that measure, because you'd have to go back to the business case, and see if that project scope change has actually done something else to your business benefits. So, just to summarize, and it's going to be a long video, but hey, what the hell. Some of the reasons that contribute to both success and failure are, let's start with success, okay? Strong leadership and sponsorship, effective communications, focused stakeholder engagement, well-defined goals and objectives, robust training and support mechanism, and an effective practical framework. Not sure about that one, even if it's mine. What about failure? Things like lack of leadership commitment, poor communications, resistant to change, inadequate stakeholder engagement, unclear goals and misaligned objectives, and insufficient resources and time. They're kind of opposite the success ones, aren't they? That's it. Was I successful, to coin a phrase, with this VidPov, soon to change to Sunday Soundbites, just to remind you, I'm not sure. It's still doing my head in a little bit. If you've got any thoughts, let me know. This has gone on for 7 minutes. My goodness, let me stop here. I'll see you next week again.